So our first interview is with Yuki Cloud. Yuki Cloud is a multidisciplinary artist who specializes in metalsmithing. Growing up Mongolian American, her work is heavily influenced by multicultures and generations, as well as modern and minimal styles of the current time. So Yuki, can you describe a typical or not so typical day in your studio for us?
Hello, thank you so much for having me. And yes, my typical day usually starts with me waking up and doing some sort of grounding activity, whether it's like meditating or, reading or something. And then I definitely make myself a coffee, and I've gotten into bullet coffee during the pandemic, and I love it. It's amazing. So yeah, and then I usually just, listen to music, get myself pumped up and dance with my cat for a little bit. And then I just go into the studio, and sometimes I sit for like 2 hours or sometimes for 10. So I've kind of learned to accept my own creative process, that it, waxes and wanes like the moon, and it's totally okay. So I'm just, yeah, especially during the pandemic, I'm listening to my own feelings and like what I want to do in that moment. Yeah.
Right. So how does your oh yeah.
Somebody really wants to say hi, apparently.
We'll see if mine comes along to do the same thing a little later. So tell me how your artistic practice has changed since COVID.
So it has changed in a practical sense. I am part of Sunbrighter Art Studio in Midtown, and there's 6 of us, and awesome art studio. But because I have family members that have compromised immune system, I've really been taking it seriously. And basically, I decided to self-quarantine and just work from one of my bedrooms. So I have neighbors, and I can't be hammering away at 9 p.m. So I have to kind of set myself a schedule. So yeah. Besides that, I would say, like many of the artists, it has affected me positively too, because I feel like I have the stillness to really think about what I want to do and why I want to do it. I think before everything started happening, I was in such a groove to be and like do more and just go. So now I'm like, oh, I can make whatever I want, and it's totally okay, whether it sells or not or whatever. So yeah, and I am grateful for that.
Great. So talk about your artistic process. You metalsmith. So yeah, speak to that. And how did you get into that?
Yeah, so I've always been an artist. That's like what I'm here to do. And I feel the happiest when I'm doing something creative. And I was so lucky to land an apprenticeship with a master metalsmith back in Seattle. My friend Rachel, shout out to Rachel, she's amazing. But so working with my hands and making something tangible, it was something that I had a knack for it. And I was like, wow, I didn't know I had the patience to sit there and solder something and work with this hard metal that's, that's tough.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's how I got into it. And then I moved to Sacramento 2 years ago. So I've been on my own, and I've been selling my jewelry, started Disco Cloud Designs. However, I think my artistic process has been changing a lot over the months, and not just because of the pandemic, but I accept that I do things very differently. I like to make my own path. And for example, I never sketch anything. Like if I have an idea or a vision of a design, I'll just go for it. Maybe not the most practical thing to do, but that's just my style, and that's okay. But lately I am allowing myself to really indulge in the not practical designs, more of like fantasy. Basically, I want to make stuff that takes me away from, distracts me from all of the crazy stuff that's going on, and I want to be like, yeah, this is really cool. Like, I think this is going to make people feel better by looking at it, you know? But
so yeah, what are some examples of that unpractical designs, as you call it?
yeah, so like my stuff just keeps getting bigger and longer, and I think that's where like my Mongolian side comes in, because Mongolian traditional jewelry is extremely long. And you know, if you've seen Star Wars with Natalie Portman, there's that scene where she was wearing the headdress and she had the white paint face with a dot. It's like, it's epic, you know?
Right.
So I would say in the last 2 years, I maybe kind of got stuck making the stuff that people wanted, like the minimal, cute stuff, you know, that people want to wear every day. And it didn't allow me to explore that crazy side. So I'm allowing that to happen. Just like, yeah, it's just getting bigger.
Right.
And longer. And this is not even the longest I have, you know.
So what inspires you then? So you have a Mongolian background. Are there any other influences or?
Yes. So I'm a Mongolian American millennial, and I think I kind of live in both sides. And trying to find the balance in between. But I honestly am inspired by all of the different cultures and the traditional methods of metalsmithing, and also some of the really cool modern minimal pieces that you wouldn't think of. You know, maybe 10 years ago, people wouldn't have valued it as amazing handcrafted piece of jewelry because it was just, you know, a bar or something. But I'm finding the value and the beauty in all the different ways of jewelry making, and that it all has value. But did you say inspiration? Sorry.
Oh, yeah. What inspires you? Yeah. What influences you? You know, where do you get your ideas from?
Well, I think creative people trying to do something positive in the world really inspires me. It's basically not doing things that they should. And I'm really inspired by musicians, especially the up-and-coming ones, and nature, for sure, and animals. Also, the sun and the moon, apparently, because I can't stop making them.
Great. So what keeps you motivated to create artwork?
Right now, I would say if I wasn't making art, I would not be feeling very good. So it's my way of expressing myself, and also a healing, because you lose track of time when you really get into something, the process, and it requires you to be present, which is amazing, because we could all use some of that right now.
Yeah, for sure. Well, show us around your studio a little bit. You know, yeah, I see a nice necklace to your, I think that's your left behind you. And yeah.
So, okay, I'm kind of a messy person, to be honest. But that's okay, and I accept that. So this is a piece that I made that was kind of like extra. And
yeah, is that pyrite? A stone in the middle there? Oh, it's pyrite.
It's a pyrite, yeah, from California. It's one of my favorite stones.
Gorgeous.
So this is kind of like my assembly area. And I also have my polisher that I got from a 5th generation metalsmith who was retiring. So got really lucky. And then this is my soldering area. And
Okay.
this is my substitute art studio. My actual one is at Sunrider Art Studio. So
Yeah, I guess it definitely changes how you have to do things since you had to change your space. And yeah, but I guess it allows you to work when you feel like working, right? Because it's right there.
definitely. Yeah, it feels weird, but nice to like just go with the flow and, you know, like, yeah, it's weird. And it's a lot rewarding than I thought it was going to be, because prior to all of this, I just felt like I need to be doing something, like
Right.
whatever it is, you know. And I'm
Right.
excited to kind of allow things evolve and come to me naturally, and I'm just making it for the joy of it.
So what's it like to work in this solitude? You know, have you found that to be different than before?
So I'm super lucky. I do really well with both in solitude and with other people. But just hanging out with my cats, you know, I love listening to podcasts. And yeah, I mean, sometimes I even watch documentaries and stuff while I'm making. So yeah, I'm entertained.
Great. Well, that's great. So how can people purchase your jewelry? Where can they find more information about it?
Yes, definitely. Well, go to www.discoclouddesigns.com. You can see my work, and I also have stuff for sale, ready to ship stuff. Also, you can go to River City Marketplace store in Midtown in the Art House building. I have a showcase there. That's the only physical place where I sell my stuff right now. And also just contact me. I am on social media. However, I'm working towards bringing people to my website more, trying to go away from third-party platforms so much and saving my content. Yeah, so if you love my stuff and want to hear from me, sign up for my newsletter, and yeah.
And I looked at your website earlier, and you've got a great selection on there. So, yeah, great.
Thank you so much. I'm working really hard, and I'm gonna continue to work hard and bring you guys more awesome designs. Oh yeah, also I have there's a donation piece that you guys might be interested that will be part of the SPCA fundraiser auction. So if you love animals and jewelry, please go check that out as well.
Great. Well, it was really nice getting to know you and seeing your work. And yeah, and good luck with Open Studios.
Thank you so much. This is my first time. It's amazing. I attended last year and I just loved it so much. So I'm so happy to be part of it this time.
Fantastic.
Thank you guys.